Welcome to your Sunday morning. It is a crisp, calm morning out there. Temperature at Metro is 24, but some areas are in the low teens right now. We'll have some sunshine ahead. I'll tell you all about it just ahead.
Agony this weekend for a Detroit family after spending the week looking for a missing son. His body is found inside a burned home.
And we're learning more information after 3 kids are killed in a house fire, all under the age of 10. Larry, good morning.
Good morning, Sean and Priya. We are here at the 36th annual St. Patrick's Parade Corktown race. I'll have everything you need to know. Local 4 News Today starts right now.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News Today starts now.
Good morning at 6 o'clock. I'm Priya Mann.
Happy Sunday, Priya. Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm Sean Lay. Thanks for joining us for Local 4 News Today on a Sunday, springing forward for daylight saving.
I know we're all a little hurting this morning just because of losing that hour, but the good news is we're going to start to see those sunrises earlier and those sunsets, Paul.
Absolutely. In fact, you know, it's really pathetic, because I was up early to work here for Andrew, and so I actually watched the time change on my cell phone. It turned from 1:59 to 2 and then went right to 3. So I actually watched it live as it happened. All right, 4-zone weather. There are some big temperature differences across the area. Now, in close to the city, what we call the heat island, you can see 23 right now in Ferndale, 22 at City Airport. Windsor, you're at 23. That's -5 Celsius, by the way. Taylor, you're at 24 degrees. But watch what happens when you get further away from the city. Look at this, 17 at Saline, Manchester, the same thing. 13 at Grass Lake right now. Dundee, you're still at 21. Then you get to our west zone. Look at this, 18 in Ann Arbor, 18 at Brighton, 15 in Milford right now, 18 degrees in Howell. And then you get into our north zone, and you can see that we also drop into the low teens. And look at this, 11 at Lapeer, 11 at Ortonville, 12 at Lapeer, still 24 though at Melvin, maybe a little moderation from Lake Huron there. We have nothing going on right now around here, maybe a little bit of cloud cover near that Lake Huron shoreline. That could be what's keeping those temperatures up, but otherwise a pretty quiet start to the day. That stuff to the west, we'll deal with that tomorrow and talk about that in just a bit, but high today, 39 degrees with plenty of sunshine. We'll talk more about that snow coming our way in just a little bit, guys.
Oh, snow, Paul. Thank you so much. Good to see you on a Sunday morning for live traffic. Let's check those dry conditions. You're looking at little to no traffic volume across most of Metro Detroit this morning. Also a green screen. We're accident free according to MDOT. We'll continue to keep an eye on our roads all morning long for you. Topping our news at 6 a.m. Agony for a Detroit family after spending this week looking for their missing son, only for Detroit firefighters to find him dead inside a burned home.
And that fire happened last Monday. Immediately thereafter, 26-year-old Kevin McGriff's family reported him missing. Now, the Detroit Fire Department put out the fire, but initially never found his body. Coco McAvoy joins us as that family is demanding answers.
The family of Kevin McGriff thought he maybe escaped the house fire and was somewhere out there, so you can just imagine their pain when they found his body inside of the house, and he'd been in there for days. The family is calling this a case of gross negligence, and they want answers from the Detroit Fire Department. This was supposed to be a missing persons case. Family and friends of Kevin McGriff have been looking for him for the past week and even left a note on the front door of the fire-ravaged home for him.
We've been driving around, going to homeless shelters, calling hospitals.
But family friend Ashley Zadie says McGriff was nowhere to be found after the fire on Monday.
The Detroit Fire Department went through the property. They brought out the animals, which were both deceased, a dog and a cat, and they cleared the property, stating that no one was in the house at the time of the fire.
Then today, family and friends came to the house to get some paperwork, but ended up finding McGriff's body inside.
To witness any family member or any human being in the state in which had to be witnessed today is deplorable.
Loved ones are feeling an array of emotions after the discovery.
We're outraged. Someone has to be held accountable for this.
The family of Kevin McGriff questions how any of this happened and never expected what was a missing persons case to end like this.
I want answers. His family wants answers.
We did reach out to the Detroit Fire Department, and the fire commissioner did release a statement. It reads as follows: "This already has been a terrible tragedy for this family, and these events surely compound their pain. Firefighters are required to conduct a full and complete search of every fire scene for any possible victims. We have a full investigation underway to determine what went wrong to prevent this from happening again." And we do want to point out as well that the fire commissioner did personally reach out to the family to apologize as well. I'm Coco McAvoy, Local 4.
Three little kids, Pam.
Okay.
I just saw them 2 days ago.
Okay.
I just saw them 2 days ago.
Oh my God.
Literally 2 days ago.
Okay.
Well, emotions running to a breaking point on the east side after an East Point house catches fire early Saturday morning, trapping 3 young children inside. That fire started at a home on Juliana Avenue near East 8 Mile Road in Gratiot Saturday morning.
And the children were killed when they couldn't get out of the home. We have since learned those children ages 4, 8, and 9 years old were left home alone. Family and friends of the family tell Local 4 they are struggling to believe a tragedy like this could have actually happened.
And this is just real tragic. She was so upset and crying on the phone, and I told her I would come. It's not real at all. I just pray for the family. I'm so sorry this happened to them.
And several other family members were also at the scene, some crying, others hugging one another. Police are still investigating the cause of the fire, and firefighters tell Local 4 the home did not have working smoke detectors.
Firefighters battling another blaze, another fire yesterday afternoon, this time in Sterling Heights. You're looking at the severe damage that fire caused to a home. This fire started around 2:30 yesterday afternoon near 16.5 Mile in Dodge Park. Fortunately, no injuries reported here. Fire investigators still looking into the cause of this fire. Let's talk about what's happening today. It's officially daylight saving time. Here we are.
And that's important to note, it's saving, daylight saving time. We all say it with a plural. With more on what exactly that means, let's check in with Paul Gross. I know you're a stickler for that. I did it for years until I saw Paul's blog.
Throwing me under the bus.
Yeah, I correct people on that all the time.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, I do. All right. It's time to spring forward. Daylight saving time began this morning at 2 o'clock. And even though you may be losing an hour of sleep, don't sweat it. You now get to spend the rest of the time enjoying an extra hour of warmth and sunlight in the evening hours. And by the way, this daylight saving is a special one. Guys, this year will be the 100th anniversary of the solstice practice. So yeah, this is the 100th anniversary of daylight saving time.
Why can't we have it on a Friday evening, though?
Yes.
You know, like Friday, no, maybe in the afternoon, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We can go home early.
That's great. Good
Well,
idea.
coming up in our next half hour, we'll take a look at how daylight saving time impacts a whole different time system, your body clock.
Yeah, it does.
Surprised what the studies found. Well, St. Patrick's Day isn't for another week, but in just a few hours, Detroit will get a running start on festivities.
In the cold, today is the annual Corktown Races. That's where Larry Sproul is live this morning. Happy daylight saving time to you, Larry.
I'm not a fan of it at all, Sean and Priya. I'm tired and you lose an hour, but hey, it is time for the 36th annual Corktown St. Patrick's Race. Joining me right now is Mr. Doug Curtis.
Hey, Larry.
Spring is in the air, kind of, a little bit.
2 weeks away.
Yeah, but we'll bring it in. Kind of explain to us, this is an annual tradition, 36 years in the making. What makes this race so excellent?
I think part of it is having a great staff. You know, we have over 100 people to help out with this race. Yesterday, we had over 200 volunteers that helped set this beautiful staging area, and we'll have 5,000 people, and it's just the inertia that people come here, they have a great experience, they go home, tell somebody else, and so we've grown and grown and grown until we have over 5,000 people here today.
5,000 people here, but about 2 to 3 more thousand people will just be watching the race.
And then they'll stick around and watch the parade, and then you're talking thousands more to watch the parade.
Everybody here in this one area, explain to us how long is the race? How long are we talking about as far as distance-wise?
So 5K, 3.1 miles, so start right here on Michigan Avenue. You'll go down or loop around the Lafayette Coney Island and then come straight back and finish right behind us.
In all your years of doing this race, what stands out as far as your favorite memory?
I think just watching everybody have fun. Watch people in costumes. Obviously, I like wearing silly hats, you know.
I need one of those.
So seeing people dressed up and having a great time. I mean, having the Roosevelt Park here, a very family fun experience, and we have plenty of food for everybody. So they just have a great time.
So you sold me. You said food, so I'm
Food.
there. I'm
Oh
good.
yeah, plenty of food.
Thank you so much. And
Thanks,
if you
Larry.
want to bring on down, come on down, bring your family. We have that information on your screen right there. The first race starts at 9:30 a.m. Again, this is the 36th annual Corktown race. It starts here at Michigan Avenue and Verner at the Michigan Central Station. The Kids Quarter Mile starts at 9:30 a.m. The Emerald Mile starts at 9:40. The Corktown race starts here at 10 o'clock. Once again, a lot of people will be here. Come on down. We're here. Come talk to us if you come down here. We'll be out here shining for you.
Who wouldn't want to talk to you, Larry? And yes, we need some warmer temperatures to enjoy the races today, but people will be out in force.
And Larry, pretty soon you're going to be able to find a hat that you can borrow.
That's right.
One of those festive green hats.
I want a hat. I'm
Yeah,
looking for one.
All right, thanks, Larry.
Thanks, Larry. A lot more coming up on Local 4 News today. We're just getting started on this first day of daylight saving time. It's great to see Paul Gross this morning. Corktown race is going to be great, but we need some warmer temperatures.
We do, but you know, we've run this race in rain and snow.
Right.
I mean, believe me, it's been a mess. But today, we'll take the sunshine and the cooler temperatures. A pretty active weather pattern. We have a storm here that's going to become a real big one along the East Coast, another one developing out west. Our weather for tomorrow is coming from way up there. It's not even on the map yet, but wait till you see what that's going to do to us. We're talking snow, so we'll be back with the details in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Paul. Plus, prom may not be for everyone, but one local woman wants to make sure it's not because of the cost of a dress. What she's doing today to make sure every girl can find the dress.
Rough day at the office for Tiger Mike Fiers, plus a cornerback, at least a big name cornerback, not coming to the Lions. Both those stories next in sports.